Okay, welcome back. It is day, I believe, 205 of coding every day. So today I didn't do too much. I had the meeting for my startup, um, which it went well. Um, yeah, that's really it. It was well. Not too much is happening in that startup right now. Um, Still kind of waiting on, I guess, more direction. Like we have an idea of what we want to do. It's just kind of like no one has any like urgency to get anything done or like, hey, can you do this by then or whatever. So it's just like I'll focus on the thing that's paying me right now. So that's where that's at. As for like as for like research, it was the weekend, so I didn't do much. I just set up my computer yesterday, which I think I said in the lab. But I'll be back at that tomorrow. And I have like a 3 hour LaTeX lab tomorrow for like the formatting, like LaTeX. So that should be interesting. Um, as for the actual code today, this one was actually took me quite a while. A lot of the time with these leak codes, I'll boot them up. I'll look at like I'll read it over and then I pause the recording and I just think about my solution because it's a few minutes and like even this one was like probably 10-15 minutes of fully trying to think, and it's like pointless just to like be recording, you know, a screen where nothing's happening. So I do pause once in a while to just like think. This one was like the concept was easy. It was just like the integration of how I wanted to do it without it being like really messy. Um, because the whole idea was the whole game of life or whatever, where it's like, oh, if you have a cell in a matrix that is a one, then if there's three other ones around it, it's overpopulated, so it turns to a zero. If there's two, or maybe it was greater than three, but if there's two or three near it, it stays a one. If there's less than two, then it goes to a zero. And so I knew it was going to be something of like going through the matrix kind of cell by cell, because I don't know how else you'd do it, maybe by grouping or something. I don't know. But going through it cell by cell, setting up tuples of directions, that's how I've always done matrices. Um, and then looping through all the directions and then doing a count of just looking at how many ones are nearby and then applying those rules. But the cool thing you can see in like my conditions is, so it wanted me to do it in place, which I did not do it in place. I made a copy and then just did all, wrote all my stuff to there and then switched it out. Um, so I probably should look into the in place solution. But the thing was is that I didn't make a copy. I just made a matrix of the same size of all zeros. So that way I only have to figure out which ones are staying ones or which ones are turning to ones. So if it's already a one, right? I just need to look at if it's two or three, like as first the surrounding count of neighbors, and if so, then I I turn it to a one. Yeah, because it's a zero. And then else, if the original in the original matrix, if it's a zero, then I'm trying to look to see if I want to turn it to a one. I'm just looking at the turnings to one. So if there's four in its area, then we turn it to a one. So pretty straightforward solution. It just took me a little to integrate it, and I also missed some of the directions at the end, which made me fail. But yeah, other than that, that is all I have. I'm in lab tomorrow again, full week. Have a clinic visit this week, and then have that lab, like I said, tomorrow. But it should be, I hope it's a good week because this is a pretty crucial week for like data collection for me, on CSI information. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow for day 206, I believe. Take care. Bye.